Okay.
worries.
All right. Back to what we were saying. So, how are
Um,
you, man? Like, what's going on in your life, dude? Like, what's
I'm
the?
doing good. Just 1 second. You're still not live on Instagram. I was checking.
I'm not live on
Meanwhile,
Instagram either.
the we were fixing the audio.
Oh, let's see. I don't know what's going on with that. That's wild.
We're live on TikTok. I can see it.
Okay, it says sending data. So
Uh, okay,
yeah, but yeah, let's just continue with this so we won't make it,
sounds good. Sounds
too long.
good.
But yeah,
This,
YouTube and TikTok is great, right? Okay, cool.
yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, yeah. So like, what's been going on in your life? Like explain, what you got coming up, interesting things.
Well, right now, I'm preparing a insane tour. I'm gonna be heading to Europe next month, and I'll be in Europe during April and May. I have 41 shows confirmed so far. I don't know if
Yeah,
be more or something crazy like that, but yeah, it's
yeah.
it's a crazy and really cool tour that I'm gonna be doing over there. Um, I'm promoting, like I just released my new EP, Self Portrait, in,
Hmm.
in September. So, I have been keeping with the promotion. I did a release party back in November at the Gibson showroom here in Los Angeles. And now it's like, promoting as much as I can the whole record. And it's going to be printed on vinyl and CD very soon. So, working on that stuff, working on new music, and excited to see what
Where it
2026
goes.
bring.
Right. Yeah, I saw you had like you're going to Europe again. Apparently, I saw that. That was like really cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna be heading to Europe in April. So literally, the tour starts in 2 weeks from today.
Oh, okay, so yeah, okay, we
Yeah.
have a lot to get into. So I want to know, like, my question for you is, what do you think is there like, what do you think is going on in the state of like rock and roll music or rock and roll like as a genre, where it's heading? How are we going to change things as far as like making that scene as powerful as it was when you look at like the strip in the 70s and the 60s and the 80s, and even the 90s in some way. What is it going to take, you think, in order to um, get that like power back in that like mainstream? I know rock and roll was never really meant to be mainstream, but how are we going to get that rock and roll back into to like the center of public life, especially live music?
Well, I feel that rock and roll right now it's living a great moment. To be honest, like there's a lot of upcoming bands, and a lot of kids grabbing the
Yeah,
guitar for the first time. Like I see that very often that, oh my God, this little kid that it's 7 year old and it's like, massive on TikTok because he can shred or something like that. And it's like, wow, I really love that. And
yeah,
it's very important what you said that rock and roll has never been like mainstream.
yeah.
That's key.
Yes, that
That's
is very key. Yes.
like not even when rock and roll was like the thing, like let's say in the 70s and the 80s. Like, yeah, of course, but rock and roll was also competing against Billboard music, like from disco to
Uh,
Michael Jackson. And I'm not saying it's like, oh, it's bad music, whatever. No,
right,
that's
of
a
course, of course. Yeah,
you
right,
know
right.
but I mean, imagine being in the 80s and being a rock and roller and knowing that Michael Jackson exists. Like, oh
Right,
my
right.
God,
Yeah. Like
how are
that's
you going to
insane. Yes.
compete? How are you going to compete against the king of pop? He's taking everything. He's taking all the awards and all the radio play and
Yeah,
MTV
yeah.
videos, all
Right.
the. So yeah, rock and roll has never been like, oh my God, charting number one all the time. And of course, you're having a lot of bands with a lot of success, but
Mm.
rock and roll has never been mainstream, and honestly, that's that's better.
Right,
Like
right.
if we keep pushing right now, it's a really good thing for rock and roll, because we have like this filter. I feel like we have a really nice filter, and that helps us to reach to the people that really wants to be part of
Yes,
rock and roll
yes,
movement.
absolutely. I agree.
So I think
Yeah,
we're definitely really good spot right now for rock and roll.
yeah. You know what I see? What I see right now is I feel like I think the problem is, and I really wanted to address this because we've always. I love like how we make fun. We kind of see like the same bands that are just trying to
Yeah,
be Led Zeppelin, or just trying to
yeah,
be like an '80s band, or just trying to redo things without giving their own energy, their own persona to it. And I think that is what kind of like is started holding. I feel like holding rock and roll back a little bit is people don't learn how to take their inspirations and then make it their own. Instead, they just want to copycat and things of that nature. So, what do you think is that part of the? I would feel like the scene is like the copycats and the people that really don't have any direction of their own and things of that nature.
well, um, I mean, it's hard to be authentic, that's for sure.
Yes.
Um, and if we translate that into musical language, at the end of
Mm.
the day, we only have seven notes. you know, so
Right. Yeah. Yeah. There's
the
not much you can do with
possibilities.
sound.
Yeah, if we do a math and multiply seven per whatever other
Yeah.
number,
Yeah.
there's a limited number of possibilities, right?
Mm.
So to me, like, how many curly hair guitar players are out there, and since
Right.
but I feel like it's not about it's about the personal touch. It's
Mm.
about it's like we're cooking, and even
Right.
if you go to a restaurant and you try steak in every restaurant, it's gonna taste different. What's your flavor? What can you add to the recipe? Like rock
Mm.
and roll, it's already there, and we know how it sounds and we know how it looks. The thing is, how are you going to make it yours, and what you have to bring to to your own personal sound, and yeah, and everything, to your project and to your
Yeah.
aesthetic.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That I mean, that's so good because what's funny is I've been thinking of like what other good you brought it up. It's only but so much we could do. What other uh what other direction could rock music go because it's been around since the 50s. And so do you think that there's any other direction that we can go on, I mean, make it a new genre or subgenre in rock and roll?
Well, I feel like that it's always happening. Like you have a certain band that it's bringing a different groove, a different beat. That's for sure. I don't think it's gonna be like, I mean, all the time there's like subgenres spamming everywhere, that
Yeah.
at the end of the day you don't even know, like, okay, what that exactly means. Like,
Means. Yeah. Yeah.
like at the end of the day, like a lot of people ask me, what's your genre, and I'm like, it's rock and roll at the end of the
Rock
day.
and roll, right? It's rock and roll. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like people get so caught up into subgenres. Oh, is it glam? Is it
yeah,
fusion? Is it metal? Is it? I'm like, it's just like what Lemmy Kilmister said. I'm not a metal band. Like I just do rock and roll. My name is
exactly,
we are Motorhead and we play rock and roll. It was
exactly.
not these different subgenres. I think people get too caught up into that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree. So definitely, I mean, you can always bring new, like I said, a different rhythm, a different uh, kind of your own flavor, like I said
Yeah.
before. But I also feel like one of the things that make band unique, every artist. It's also the usage of sounds. I feel like I'm very obsessed on how my guitar is going to sound. That I'm always trying to find different
Yeah. Right.
textures and different ways of like, okay, how to like I said before, we have 7 notes. Okay, how are you going to make them distinctive? And I don't know. I feel like every person has his own voice, and it's the same. You can go up on stage, and I can sing my way, and it's
Yeah.
not sound like Frank Sinatra at all.
Right.
So
Right. Right.
it's
Right.
I think that's where things are heading, and new instruments. It's very interesting what is happening right now with microtonal music, that there's a lot of bands that has been experimenting with that since
Yeah.
I will say the last decade.
Mm.
And now I'm seeing like more bands. Like I remember 2017, 18. These guys called King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard that I really like
Yeah.
them. They came out with a kind of different sound, and I'm gonna explain why I say different, because it was the first time used in rock and roll. It was the first time used in a more popular kind of music. But
Yeah.
if you go and listen to traditional Turkish music, it's there. It has been
Is
there
there? Yes. Yes.
since
Yeah.
even before rock and roll, and now it's like it's being translated to guitars and distortion and the way of how rock and roll music sounds
Yes.
and the style of singing. So I feel like that always it's a very good way to spice things up.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So okay. So for the next question is the people that may not know you, which is hard to believe, especially you're like taking off, man. Everybody fucking loves Johnny Nasty Boots now.
Thank,
But for
thank
people
you.
that don't like really know much, or people that are just discovering you now, tell me a little bit more about like your upbringing, not like personal, like as far as music goes, like what was the first rock song you listened to that got you like, man, I gotta pick up a fucking guitar, I gotta fucking sing, I gotta get on that stage, and I gotta rock
Yeah.
shit. Like, what gave you that? And then also, like what was the trajectory of your career as far as when you first started and had that first sound that you loved until now? What is it? Like, tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, has been a really interesting journey. Not gonna lie. I start very young with music. I start when I was 14. So that was more than 20 years ago at this point.
Right. Yeah.
And I start like touring almost immediately. My first tour was when I was 14, and I didn't start right with the
14.
guitar.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. That's
I
insane.
I
Yeah.
was like, okay, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Hell yeah. I was playing an instrument that it's called jarana. That
Yeah.
it's like a little guitar, kind of like an ukulele.
Mm.
It's even the same tuning as a ukulele, and I was playing that with son jarocho. Son jarocho, it's a genre from Mexico, like folk music from Mexico. I'm from Mexico City,
Mm.
and I was there on this little town called Santiago Tuxtla, Veracruz, that it's in the country of Mexico.
Yeah.
And I start like playing the jarana, but it was I first was wanting to learn bass even before guitar. I was wanting to be a bass player,
Oh
and
wow, that is
and
interesting. A bass player.
yeah.
Wow. I mean, I couldn't see you like your energy. I couldn't see you like just sitting there. Like I would see you
Yeah,
like I only imagine you with a guitar, man. Like that's funny.
yeah.
Wow.
So and I was like super into Gorillaz at that time.
Yeah.
Gorillaz was the
Yeah.
first band that caught my attention when I was 11, and I was like, oh, I want to learn an instrument, and I was wanting to learn bass because of Gorillaz, and kind of makes sense. The bass it's more like prominent in the Gorillaz music than guitars, you know. But
Yeah.
then I discovered Led Zeppelin.
Oh shit! Here we go, bro. Once you do, like, I swear, my first time. Okay, so just a really quick story. Well, my first time listening to Led Zeppelin was Communication Breakdown, and
Yes.
I was into stuff like, Empire of the Sun and like all the soft stuff and like, oh, it's
Yeah.
fun, poppy. And then the first time, my dad said, okay, well, let me put you on some real music because that's how boomers talk, right? And he put on Led Zeppelin, not rock and roll, not Stairway to Heaven. He put on Communication Breakdown, and my mind was blown from then. And then that's when I
Yeah.
became a rock and roll fan. But yeah, continue.
Yeah, no, I mean Led Zeppelin will do that to you. That's for sure. So yeah, I was, very into bass until I discovered Led Zeppelin, and I was like, oh, that's so interesting. And
Mm.
I start grabbing the guitar, and I haven't stopped since then. Uh, I play bass as well.
Right.
Like for example, in my latest EP in Self Portrait, I record all the bass parts for the
Oh wow.
EP.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, finally, after my 11-year-old me, it's very happy right now. Like, okay, you finally record bass. Okay, cool. I genuinely love to play everything that makes noise. To me, I love every instrument, and I feel like it's an opportunity to bring a new sound. Like I was, sounds are very
Yeah.
important. So every instrument, it sparks some sort of inspiration, like even if it's in the same tuning, the way of how it holds, even if it's if you go from a Les Paul to a Stratocaster,
Oh man, yeah.
a different feel, and
Yeah.
it's just going to spark different ways of being creative. But yeah, well, going back to, yeah, that's how I started in music. And I was living in Mexico City until 2022. I moved here to Los Angeles in 2022.
Correct.
Back in Mexico, I have a interesting career in rock and roll with Johnny Nasty
Right.
Roots. Played in a bunch of bands before starting my own thing. I have a number one on the radio in Mexico.
I know. I saw that. That's how I think. That's how I first saw you. Yeah, like
Yeah,
with that, get taking the number one and like, man.
that was really really crazy, especially like I have been an independent artist my whole career, and playing rock and roll in Mexico, singing in English, I was like going against all odds, and then boom, I was like so surprised that they decide to name me the song of the year on 2018. And things were great in Mexico, but then COVID happened,
Oh man.
and
Yeah.
yeah, like
That's I hate looking at those memories, but we have to kind of.
I know, but
Yeah.
it was not that bad. I have to say, like, I mean, the world was really bad, but I tried to stay focused and try to stay healthy as possible, and I invest the. I was having a lot of free time, of course,
Yeah.
so I invest my time like learning and trying to develop in a better way. But yeah, anyway, so when COVID hits, I was like, this is horrible, because I was wanting, before COVID, I was having the bug of moving here to Los Angeles. I was having the experience of touring here like a couple of times, and I always had this idea of, well, how it will be if I'm in, where rock and roll
Right.
still matters.
Right.
And it was the best decision of my life. Moving here in 2022, things has been just amazing.
Amazing. Heck yeah, man. Yeah, it's like so great to see you like just transcend and just go. You know what I mean? And I love it. So like, what do you have? Like, what is your new, do you have any new music, new projects coming out that you love or?
Yeah, like right now, I'm still like working in all the promotion side of the latest release I did of Self Portrait.
Mhm.
Like I said before, the vinyl it's coming up really soon, as same as the CD, because I'm really happy that there's a lot of people that still cares about
Yeah.
physical music, because on the era we're living right now, that it's streaming and all that shit, it's great to reach to new people and expand yourself, but money wise and art wise it's terrible, because now that I'm capable of printing this music in the physical format, it's like, okay, the baby, it's there, it's
Mhm.
finally out of
Yeah.
of the stomach.
Hmm.
So I think that's cool. People can read the lyrics and see the photos and smell it and see the
Smell
spin.
it.
It's
Yeah, that's a rule in my house. Whenever I have a party, we don't. I mean, sometimes we use Bluetooth. But we try not to.
yeah,
We try to say, okay, everyone, like we're gonna use the vinyl that we have, and
that's cool.
everyone, and it's like that feeling of physical media where you just have to go look for it, like dig and go through all the vinyls and pull it
Yeah.
out. Like you said, smell how old it is or how new it is, and putting it
Yeah.
on and hearing the crack at the beginning when you're turning it up. Like there's nothing like that, and I think that's another question I had really about as an artist, how do you feel about having to be online all the time, like that, where it's like artists back in the day, you had press, you had people kind of do these things for you,
Yeah.
and you just focused on music. You didn't have to do music and promote yourself and promote your music and then try to make money off of the little money that you can off
Yeah.
of whoever's subscribes to you on Spotify or YouTube or whatever. As an artist, how has that affected you mentally, in real talk? And do you like it better this way, or do you just kind of do what you have to do because of the era that we're in?
Well, it's very demanding. Like you just say it. It's back in the day, artists were like more focused on
Yeah,
creating
totally.
music and creating a TikTok that it's 7 seconds and it took you like at least 30 minutes or 1 hour
Yeah.
if you're like filming and everything. It's a lot. Honestly, it's a lot. I got burned out like often, that I'm like
Yeah, because
the
I see, man, you are the most like loyal poster I've ever seen, and like
I
honestly,
try.
I'm just like, dude, that's fucking dedication right there. Like that, you always have it something going. But yeah,
Thank
continue.
you.
Yeah.
It's a necessary evil,
Ooh,
social
nice.
media, it's a
Yeah.
necessary evil. Like I enjoy it. I enjoy to have these conversations with
Mhm.
people in, I don't know, Poland,
Poland,
people
yeah,
in
yeah.
Brazil. Like it's crazy. Like I have been to Argentina and a lot of super far away countries, and I run into people that come to the shows, and it's like, hey, I have been waiting for you since 2019, since 2016. I'm like, can I give you a hug? It's like, of course, like, why not? It's so cool that we finally reached the barrier of the screen.
Yeah.
But this relationship was building because someone see you on the screen at home, so it's cool, but it's very demanding, and you have to do it honestly if you want to do music in 2026. You have to do it. It's
There's
the
no
only
way around
way.
it. Like I know a lot of people are kind of like, "Well, I'm not doing that, man. I'm just gonna keep make CDs," or and it's like, not gonna happen, brother. I'm
Not
sorry.
gonna
Like,
happen.
it's not gonna happen, my brother, man.
No, and it's sad, like honestly, it's very sad. uh but especially if you don't have a label. You know, if you have a label, if you have like a full team, you're gonna have people running your social medias and stuff like that. But right now, as an independent artist, you have to do it. But again, it's really cool when I receive DMs, when I receive comments and seeing people that really wants to interact and like are really interested in rock and roll and you know the music I play. It's like hell yeah, this is worth it. You know, like all the effort I have been putting on try to film content and put it out there and doing everything by myself. It's amazing. It's a great feeling, and yeah, like literally, we need to play this game.
You have to play the game. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's wow. Yeah. So what? So I think the next thing I would say, man, is what is your goal for yourself? Like, like, do you have like 5 year goals, 10 year goals? Where do you see yourself like when you know like you've made it and you're comfortable and like, man, I'm there. What is your goal?
My goal, I feel I don't want to be. I don't ever want to feel that I made it.
Oh,
You know?
right.
I don't ever want that. I don't ever want that feeling because
Complacency. Yeah.
like I feel like right now, knowing that I have to make it, that's what keeps me pushing. And always trying to get better results with everything and write better music, playing guitar better, have a better sound. So I'm proud of everything I have accomplished, that's for sure. I feel really happy with seeing my career growing.
A lot.
I'm
Yeah.
Yeah, especially since 2024, I will say it has been like a
Yeah. The fact
constant
that you
growth.
your career right now honestly is like a lot of envy of people that the fact that you get to I think to me so when people say when I say make it it's kind of different from other people think oh man I'm gonna be at the Grammys or something like it's like yeah I get that but to me make it is dude you are literally going on a tour in Europe
Yeah,
you're going on tours, in South America, and tours here, and tours in America. Like that is making it. Like you are a rock star. You are going and traveling, doing venues, and you are making it. Like there's really no in
thank you,
between. You
thank
know.
you, thank you, thank you. I That's what has been keep me going all the time. It's that since I start, um, since Johnny Nasty Boots, I start like going out with this uh, stage name.
Yeah.
I have been always seeing uh, better results. Like has been constant grow all the time, and that's what keeps me going. Like I don't see things not moving, and I'm really really happy for that. Again, I take this very serious. It's to me, it's 24/7 job. Like to me, I'm always thinking about what I'm gonna do next, what I have to do. I'm sending an email, and if I'm not sending an email to treat something related to the music, I'm playing guitar. If I'm not playing guitar, I'm doing this, or
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm always thinking about how to do something that it's gonna be in benefit for my career. And I feel like that's something that a lot of people don't take it this serious. Like, oh yeah, I go play to the venue after my 8 hour shift or something, and it's like, yeah, you have to work as well, but it's not a weekend job. Music should not be a weekend job. It's
Right. It's not like it shouldn't be your hobby. Like this is what you do as a living. This is your life.
Yeah, especially if you want to take it serious. If you're like, oh my god, I want to be like Motley Crue or like Guns N' Roses or whatever of the big bands, it's like, oh, okay, those motherfuckers were like working every single day. And
Yeah.
like even you hear Duff McKagan say it like, we were playing all day in the rehearsal room, like we were like playing. Hell yeah, that's it. You need to keep working.
Right, yeah. And you know what's funny? Because there's sometimes some people I know they cancel shows like, man, I was so fucked up last night. I couldn't get on stage. I'm like, oh, you're a rock and roll person. You know how many people, you know how many like rock stars have gotten on stage after they were sick, you know, like,
Yeah,
or they
yeah.
were not like feeling better, or whatever. But yeah, I wanted before we let you go, I wanted to play one thing for you. Let's see if we can get that going here. This was amazing, by the way. I fucking love this, dude. It was like, whoa, okay. Yeah, man, let's go.
So fun.
So tell me, like, what was that like? What was that experience for you? I mean, obviously, I know it's fucking thrilling, but like, how were you feeling? Like, what made you just make that decision? You know, like, fuck this, I'm gonna do this. Or, you know.
Well, first of all, that was not the first time.
Oh wait, so you did it more?
Well, yeah, I have done it a
Oh,
lot of times. You know, it's like it's a cool feeling just to
yeah.
jump from a stage, and you know, I'm doing what I like the most. I'm making out. I'm playing guitar, dude. Well, I'm not gonna be inspired after that.
Right. Right. Why are you not gonna be inspired after that?
But you know, it's not like, oh, I planned it, or it's like, oh, it's part of the show, I need to do it here. It's just more like, right now it would be cool to making out.
Dude, okay, your next show in LA, I have to see you do it again. I want to see
Yeah.
that live because in video, everyone looked like it was thrilling, dude. It was like great to see.
Yeah. I mean, it always generate a really great reaction in the audience. You know, that's crazy, and it's funny. Like that video went viral on Instagram.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's funny because the way I saw it is, and it's funny is because I follow you on Instagram. So
Yeah,
the way I saw it is a friend sent it to me, and I was like, "What?"
no way.
And he doesn't even listen to rock and roll. Like he doesn't. He's not even like a rock guy. But he just was like sitting like, "This is fucking cool." He's like, "I know you're a rock guy. You'll love it." And I was like, "Johnny Nasty Boots, dude. I know this guy."
That's
Like,
so
what?
cool. That's so cool, man. And
Dude.
yeah, like
Good.
I feel like that's the magic of rock and roll. Like literally that video, and not it's not because it's me that it's on the video, but you know, rock and roll, it's about unexpected things.
Yeah, of course.
You know, and just a live show. It's alive, you know, like when I'm playing live on a stage, it's not that I'm a person there with the guitar only. Like I'm trying to create something that I want people to feel that it's alive, you know? So everything how I present my show, you know, like every guitar solo, probably it's not gonna be the same guitar solo as the night before or anything like that. I try to keep it very natural. Like I love to improvise, and this is kind of very similar, you know. Like sometimes it crossed my mind, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna jump on from the stage and do it, you know. But that's literally rock and roll. That's the magic of rock and roll. Jimi Hendrix burned his guitar on the stage because
I know, or they do
why not?
They slam the guitar and break the neck.
Yes, the Who was doing that, and you know, Kid Moon throwing his snare and everything. It's like it's alive, and it's just because rock and roll made me do it. Yes. You know, like you don't even think about it, and if you start like doing it as a regular thing of its plan, it's not gonna have the same effect.
No,
You
because
know?
people are gonna start seeing like, all right, this guy is clearly trying to like, oh man, am I at the right spot? Am I doing this right? And
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It needs to be natural. Everything that happens in rock and roll, you can't fake rock and roll.
you
You
can't.
know?
Either you have it or you don't, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's cool. One of the comments on that video, it's funny. Like literally says, "I don't even like rock and roll, but I would love to see this live." You know? Exactly, exactly. That's the goal. Like rock and roll, it's if if people don't like rock and roll, it's because they have not experienced it
Right. Correct.
or experienced it properly. You know, but it's just it's magic. Rock and roll equals magic.
Right. And so two things. So one for a person, for young kids out there that will see this and say, what is one thing? Well, I would say any advice you would give a younger person that is joining a band, just trying to get their bones and just kick ass and just be in a band and learn guitar, learn things, even though they may not be perfect at it as most of you guys are now. And what is one advice you would say to stay away from and go towards, or how to make sure that you are real rock and roll and don't taint yourself or water yourself down for anyone? What is one advice you would give a younger band, or speaking to the scene, period?
Well, I feel the one of the most important things in the music business is you need to be patient. Like that's key. Things are not going to happen tomorrow. Things are not going to happen in 1 year, maybe in 10, and maybe not. But who cares? Like, are you here because you love music or because you love the lights of the stage? It's very important. Like if you are in music because you want to feel the heat of the stage lights, you're in the wrong business. Honestly. You need to be very patient, very, very
Uh-huh.
patient. And like I was saying before, you need to work hard. You need to work 24/7. You need to take this seriously. Like, okay, every day I need to work on this. And just, I'm not saying don't um nothing is unique, so it's okay if something sounds similar to some other stuff. Just try to make it yours, and at the end of the day, you have to keep playing. Doesn't matter if you fail once, if you fail two, that doesn't matter. You have to keep going, 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 and enjoy it as much as you can. And I feel that people needs to know that this is not, it's not the 80s or the 70s or the 60s, you know
Yeah.
like you just mentioned, like people canceling shows because they are wasted. Wait, what? Not even, I mean, we have seen videos of all the rock stars a lot of times, like, oh shit, that's EG Pop, and I can tell it's wasted, but he's doing a kick-ass show. He's giving his life on stage, and a lot of people think like, oh yeah, I'm gonna drink every day and I'm gonna do a bunch of drugs and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, come on. Like, yeah, those guys were doing all of that, but you know what? They were already selling millions, and you are
Yeah,
like,
exactly. That's the
selling-
yeah. Because it's funny because they're always like, oh, what happened? Like, oh, well, let's rock stars trash bedroom. I'm like, yeah, because they're making millions of dollars to pay for it. Like they
yeah,
can pay the whole night for if they trash the hotel room. They don't have, doesn't mean you have to do that, especially
yeah,
if you don't have millions. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I agree. But it's, yeah, you have to be patient. You have to be professional.
Yeah.
If you're in this business, you have to be professional, because all the people that can help you out, they don't want to work with someone that is gonna cause them
Strung
problems.
out.
So if you're in a band, be a team. Work as hard as everyone else. See how you can help. Discover what it's your talent besides playing. Okay, every band needs a graphic designer. Every band needs someone that it's a booker. Everyone needs someone that creates content. Be a band member, not only a player. That's important if you take things seriously. I think that's my 2 cents.
All right. Well, it's been a pleasure, Johnny Nasty Boots,
Man.
man. So yeah, tell everyone. I guess for the final to end on, tell everybody what's next, and then tell us where to find you on socials.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you can find my music on Spotify, YouTube. I have a new video on YouTube for my latest single called For Your Love that you can check it out now on my YouTube channel. And yeah, I will be happy of seeing everyone jumping on my socials, dropping a DM, a comment. I'm always there replying. And, this is rock and roll community. And right now I'm going on tour. It's going to be amazing. If you're in Europe, go check me out. And I'll be coming back around June to Los Angeles. And there's going to be shows. And there's going to be new music this year. That's for sure. I'm working on new stuff.
Rock and roll, man.
But definitely, I'll see you around.
All right. It was nice speaking to you, brother. Rock and roll, brother.
Rock and roll. Hell yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.